How's everybody doing? So, we're about to do a little stream here. I'm at Trinity Mall. Behind me is the cinema, but I'm not going into the cinema. I'm just here chilling out. I'm going to start off with inside sources saying that Paramount demands that Gunn and Saffron be shelved like Batgirl as a condition for Warner Brothers Discovery buyout. As you know, the stocks in Warner Brothers Discovery and as well as the stock in Paramount Skydance has gone up. So that shows investor confidence in something like that happening. I believe the shareholders for Warner Brothers Discovery don't have any confidence in the leadership, and they want it bought out. Show you something here, real quick. One second. So in Box Office Mojo, Superman made $615 million. That's not enough. That's a flop. So when we look at the stock market for Warner Brothers Discovery right now, sits at $18.12. So since it went as high as $19 a share. So it just skyrocketed from $10 a share to almost double the amount since that announcement through the Wall Street Journal about Paramount Skydance being interested in buying out the entire company, Warner Brothers Discovery. And that's big news. Big news. So let's see where Skydance is right now. Okay, so Paramount Skydance, their currency went down a bit, but it spiked as high as $18.50 a share. So, I mean, both companies, immediately the investors like the deal, they like the idea. But as we see here, inside sources say that Paramount demands that Gunn and Saffron be shelved from CEOs of DC, like Batgirl. That's a condition for the WBD buyout. And I think Zaslov's willing to sell to anybody right now. And the interested parties right now, as you know, Paramount Skydance, they bought over Paramount Pictures, and they're looking to bring back Michael Bay. And it looks like they have enough currency and money to also buy out Warner Brothers Discovery. If they do something like that, that'd be great because, as you know, I don't think there's really an interest in DC right now, the direction that James Gunn is going in. So that would be a fantastic thing to happen. And we may just see some positive things finally where the audience that usually comes to see DC actually shows up to see the movies that are being provided by DC under Paramount. So hopefully that does come to pass. I got a couple other things here that I want to just talk to you guys about real quick before I go into international affairs. Robert Redford passed away today. He was 89 years old. Of course, you know him for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. You know him for The Winter Soldier. And then for All the President's Men, which he won an Oscar for, and Ordinary People. You know, Robert Redford was a fantastic actor, great cachet, great range of acting, and I guess we will miss him. Now, with respect to The other stuff I'm going to talk about, I'm mostly going to focus on Free Palestine, talk about Restore the Snyderverse a bit. I'm going to focus a little bit on Free Palestine for a minute. And got a bunch of stuff to talk about. So first things first, Australia pays a woman up to $22,000 for aborting their babies after 20 weeks, which is, as the journal says, pretty demonic. The world's just being enveloped in evil, but the leaders are evil, so what do you expect, you know? Mohammed said, Israel can't stop the mass awakening from happening. They have lost. Everyone around me I know has woken up. The next generation is anti-Israel. What the current generation of old people say don't matter. They will die in a few years and be replaced by the youth. I do agree. I want to say, though, at the United Nations Geneva Convention, it says, and the United Nations Geneva has tweeted, it is clear there is an intent to destroy the Palestinians in Gaza through the acts that meet the criteria set forth in the Genocide Convention. The United Nations Independent International Commission for Inquiry report shows that Israel has committed genocide in Gaza. So now the United Nations knows that this is genocide. I don't know if they're going to go back to the International Court of Justice or if they're going to go to the ICC. But it's imperative now, as we all know, Mr. Netanyahu is sought by the ICC to go on trial. I think some more people are going to be sought on the ICC very soon. So things are moving pretty slowly, but Bassem Youssef, he says, Israel targets a Palestinian woman and her son during their displacement with a rocket. It's madness to use a rocket with hundreds of thousands of dollars to kill a mother and her son. These are weapons that are flowing to them from the US, the EU to kill innocent people, and it shows them being blown up to bits. So they're just targeting civilians in Israel and Palestine, in Gaza, in the West Bank. The atrocities continue blatantly, and they are also waging war in Lebanon. They want to still go to Iran. They're still doing a lot of havoc in Syria. They're still attacking Yemen. They're still down in Sudan. So I'm just saying that we already know that they are war crimes. I think it's going to come a time where we, the people, we are going to have to rise up and determine our own futures for ourselves. The governments that we have in charge of us, they don't care about us. I've said this over and over again. I will continue to say it. They don't care about us. You preach genocide is wrong, mass murder is wrong. You preach about crimes against humanity, and then you turn around and with a united voice, you seek to destroy a people and wipe them off the planet. Now we begin to realize that these people are hypocrites, and what we have to do as people right now is we have to, quite frankly, we have to take back the power that we gave them. And we can start doing that in community groups, becoming more independent of our governments, and then continue the revolution without them. You know, in my country, our governments have sold us out to the highest bidder. So it's not surprising what's happening. John McAvoy, a reporter, he says, we have obtained a list of Israelis who have received military training in Britain. Many of them are directing operations in Gaza amid the genocide. We published the full list for the first time, so he exposed these people for the In Rajab Foundation to suggest that they actually be indicted and for war crimes and also tried. The job site, the right-wing young people are definitely siding with Candace Owens, not just Candace Owens. We have a bunch of other people who they side with. It's interesting that also the gentleman who was assassinated recently, he was also changing his mind. The Hind Rajab Foundation has filed a criminal complaint in the Netherlands against an Israeli soror, Adir Yiftach for the war crimes and genocide committed in Gaza. He's currently in Amsterdam. We're demanding his immediate release, arrest, and prosecution. So, the heat is on. Mohammed Safar says the UN says it's genocide. HRC says it's genocide. PBA says it's genocide. ICJ says it's genocide. ICC says it's genocide. Anything about genocide says it's genocide. Anybody's lying except Israel, who are committing genocide and ethnic cleansing. Ryan Grimm says the Genoa dock workers threaten port shutdown in September 22nd. If the flotilla to Gaza is impeded, the strike could shut down the entire of European commerce. So I'm glad that they're doing this. I told you guys you need to strike. I told you guys you need to sabotage. I told you guys you need to protest. I told you guys you need to stop working. I told you guys whatever is necessary to stop this genocide, we need to do it. And by any means necessary, because this is basically an act against humanity. Also, I say to people who are now in power and enabled to continue to post videos on this. Doesn't matter if they shadow ban you or whatever they do you on social media. We have to continue to do the right thing. Sitting down on the sidelines and doing nothing is just not acceptable. Okay? Unless you want to fiddle while Rome burns. But me personally, I don't give a damn what they think about me. I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to continue to stream. I'm going to continue to inform. I'm not going to stop, because what they're doing is wrong. And I've not seen a strong statement from any government, whether it's Caribbean government, African governments, not a strong enough statement on this. Because if they can do it to those people, and they're poor people, they'll do it to anybody. So we have to continue to put the pressure on them. Shout out to the Genoa dock workers. And that's a generally big hub where all the commerce and all the products and stuff go into Europe. Shut down Europe, shut them down. And listen, if we need to, destroy certain things, anything is now legal. Because when you're doing a genocide like that, what Yemen is doing, what Lebanon was doing, it's all right, because you have to stop it, okay? And once you're addressing the issue, that's what's important. The nation of Israel is not just destroying all of Gaza, they're filming it and posting it for the world, and look, they're actually watching it right now. Dan Blazarian, even though I don't agree that it's Jews, I think it's Zionists, but nonetheless, he's saying the Zionists are so desperately trying to divide us, make this about the right and the left, black versus white, anything to deflect from who's actually at the root of our problems. This is a textbook divide and conquer. We don't need Palantir and more doxing. We need to stop Jewish supremacy. I agree. I would say, though, it's not Jewish supremacy. I think it's Zionism. Zionism is a plague on humanity. It's every single country in the world is kind of manipulated by them and their Masonic schemes. So the sooner we can get to stop these people from doing what they're doing, the sooner we confront them. We have the numbers. Yes, some of us will get annihilated. So what? You cannot be afraid to stand up and speak the truth to power. It's just what it is. And the reason why no one can speak against Israel is because it's the center of Zionism. It's the center of Kabbalah. It's the center of the occult. And they don't want us to speak on it. And they own all the entertainment. They own all the major banks. They own all the major business in the world. They also now own most of our governments. Okay? So it's up to us to stand up and to say, no, we don't accept that. We're not going to condone that, or we're not going to allow it. We have to do it. And it's in volume. And I see millions of people all around the world standing up and marching in the streets and so on. And you see how they've made Palestinian Action illegal and a terrorist organization. They're putting labels and words to try and stop you from doing what you're doing. But don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. Just keep going. It doesn't matter if they say this is legal or this is illegal. It doesn't matter. You have to keep going. You have to keep relentless. In the end, you are right, morally and otherwise. So you stand your ground and keep on going. They put laws in place, supposedly to help humanity, and now they're going against their own laws? Screw them. You put them there in power, so you can take them out of power. You want to abide with laws that are good law. There's good law and there's bad law. And if the bad laws is what they're trying to do to control you, you don't have to listen to them. Call to activism. What the fuck? Breaking. Cash Patel says there's zero evidence Epstein trafficked young women to other individuals. That's clearly a lie. We know this is a lie. The head of the FBI now personally is covering for child molesters and pedophiles on live TV. This is just what it is. And let me say something to you guys. You see how ridiculous it is now. You see how ridiculous they go to such lengths to cover up and protect the fact that Israel's responsible for gathering intel on some of the most powerful people in the United States of America. They're also responsible for JFK's assassination. They were also responsible for the drug trafficking that you see in the world, the human trafficking you see in the world. All right, the Vatican, London City, the Queen of England, the King of England now, they're all in cahoots, okay? They're all in cahoots. So we know what it is. We know which families run things in this world and put the established order in place. We know it now. So it's up to us to act on that. We have to act on it. And this is why I keep on saying, as much as this is a spiritual battle as well as a physical battle, just because these people are where they are doesn't mean you do nothing.
There is no credible information. None.
It's by you doing nothing and you become complicit in this. You have to do something. And there's always something you can do. One of the things is bringing awareness, speaking about it. The other thing is taking action, actually acting on things you can do. One of the things you can do is you can protest. Another thing you can do is not work. Sabotage the thing by not working. Just say, I'm not doing anything. This is against my morals and ethics, and I'm not doing anything to support this. So there are many different ways you can go about doing it. Another way is don't buy products and services that are linked or attached to these sort of things. A lot of you like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Do you know those are the biggest suppliers and funders of the weapons for war? Don't buy this stuff. Don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Anyways.
Yesterday that he trafficked.
So a black gentleman named Trey Reed was found hung on a tree with broken legs from Delta State University in the South this week. This is after, of course, the assassination of
To other individuals. The information we have again is limited.
Hold on a second. I can't find it right now, but the assassination of the gentleman. So the thing about it is, he wasn't assassinated by a liberal. He was assassinated by a MAGA, someone who follows MAGA. But anyway, enough on that. I think I'll call it quits right now. I have to go down the road and do some other things. But yeah, you guys keep the fight going. I really appreciate you guys a lot. Keep on doing what you do. And free Palestine. And we will see, of course, the restored Zion University. But we want to see also the flotilla reach the shores of Palestine. You know, Israel's been sending drones to bomb the people and all that stuff. But pressure needs to be put on the European Union and the European powers to make sure and have escorts for this flotilla. They need to have planes, someone escorting this flotilla for their safety. Okay? So I've been saying that for the longest while. Nobody's been listening, so it is what it is. But we need military people to be protecting these people. That's just an absolute imperative. There's still 55 ships going there. Hopefully it reaches. We need as much help as we can get, right? I will see you guys later, though. I'll do another stream probably tonight, if possible, on the follow-up to what's happening in Hollywood with this buyout. They're talking about probably Netflix also. I'm not interested in Netflix buying it out because Paramount's actually a company where you can actually see movies in the cinema back there. So I'm interested in either Paramount, Comcast buying it out. Not so much interested in Netflix or Disney buying it out. But we'll see what happens and what transpires. I'll see you guys later. I am Christ, I am disciple.